Boondocking sounds like the ultimate off-grid freedom until things go wrong. From dead batteries to unexpected weather, we made a few mistakes that nearly ruined our trip. In this video, we're sharing what went wrong, what we learned, and how you can avoid the same boondocking disasters. Before we hit the road, don't forget to like and subscribe for more RV tips, travel lessons, and real-life camping stories. 1. Ignoring weather forecasts before parking. We failed to check the upcoming weather and chose a low area that flooded overnight completely. Our van got stuck in mud for hours and needed help from strangers who had four-wheel vehicles. Ignoring rain alerts turned our peaceful stop into a frustrating and dangerous situation quickly. Stormwater rushed through the camp area and nearly carried away some of our outdoor supplies. Planning routes is not enough if you do not monitor weather that could drastically change things. Boondocking means nature dictates the rules and you must respect how fast conditions shift. Now we always double-check radar maps and terrain before deciding where to settle overnight. 2. Forgetting to level the vehicle properly. We parked on a beautiful slope with a view but did not realize the angle would cause problems. Our sleep was awful as we kept sliding in our bed and felt constant discomfort all night long. Cooking became a hazard because liquids would spill on the stove or roll off the counter. Walking inside the van felt like navigating a hill and strained our knees after several hours. Even our fridge stopped working right since it needs balance to operate without internal issues. This mistake reminded us how important a flat parking spot is for long-term health and comfort. Now we carry leveling blocks and check each position using a phone app or bubble level. 3. Underestimating water supply needs. We thought our 30-gallon tank would last 4 days but used up everything in just 2. Remote areas have no backup sources nearby and running out mid-stay was both stressful and risky. Washing dishes, brushing teeth, and even basic hygiene suddenly became near impossible tasks. We had to drive 50 miles round trip to refill water, losing an entire day we had planned. Having water is not optional when off-grid, and we learned to monitor use carefully afterward. Now we carry extra water jugs and plan for double what we expect to need just in case. Water storage should be conservative and well calculated for both hot and cold weather usage. 4. Not testing solar setup before the trip. We assumed our solar panels and battery system would handle all our energy needs easily. However, we had never tested the system under real-world usage or cloudy weather conditions. The panels barely charged our batteries during overcast days, and lights began to dim fast. Fridge performance dropped, devices died, and we had to conserve power to uncomfortable levels. This mistake taught us that off-grid power must be stress-tested before a trip begins. Now we simulate boondocking at home before departure to check power draw versus input balance. Understanding watt hours and battery charge cycles prevents sudden blackouts in remote areas. 5. Leaving food outside overnight. We left sealed dry food containers and trash bags outside to save space and prevent inside odors. During the night, raccoons and other animals tore everything apart and scattered waste. Our campsite turned into a disaster with wrappers, crumbs, and destroyed containers everywhere. It attracted insects, left a terrible smell, and risked larger animal encounters like bears. Even sealed food holds scents that wildlife can detect from far distances with great accuracy. Now we store all food and trash inside locked bins or coolers placed back in the van daily. Proper food storage keeps you safe, clean, and compliant with nature respect guidelines. 6. No cell signal and no offline maps. We arrived at a remote site only to find that our phones had absolutely no service at all. All our navigation tools were based online and we did not download offline maps in advance. Trying to relocate or communicate became a nightmare with zero digital support or access. This mistake left us isolated, confused, and unable to check weather or search new locations. Now we always use apps that offer full offline access and keep paper maps as backup guides. Without connection, even asking for help becomes a challenge if you are far from main roads. Pre-downloading maps and guides prevents getting lost or making dangerous navigation errors. 7. Overstaying in one spot too long. We loved our quiet camp spot so much that we stayed several days longer than originally planned. Eventually, a nearby landowner showed up and reminded us of local rules we had overlooked. We did not check if there was a stay limit or posted guidelines before extending our visit. This almost led to a fine and a forced late-night move from a place we had gotten too cozy in. Respecting land use laws and time limits protects nature and keeps travelers welcome everywhere. Now we always double-check public land websites or ranger offices for current time restrictions. Moving regularly not only respects rules but keeps your adventure fresh and full of new views. 8. Leaving no backup power source. Our main battery system failed on the third day, leaving us without lights or working ventilation. Because we assumed our solar setup was enough, we did not bring any other power source. This mistake forced us to end the trip early and drive home in frustration and complete darkness. Having one source of power is risky, especially if it is weather-dependent and untested. Now we always bring a portable generator and solar power banks for charging essentials. Redundancy is critical when your comfort and safety rely on consistent power availability. We learned that even new batteries can fail or get drained faster than expected outdoors. 9. Misjudging road conditions to camp. We once followed a dirt road that looked easy but quickly became narrow, muddy, and impassable. Turning around became impossible and backing up nearly caused us to slide off the edge. We had no idea how quickly rural roads could change from fine to terrifying in just minutes. Our tires were not suited for such terrain and we lacked traction boards or recovery gear. This mistake nearly damaged our vehicle and trapped us miles from any help or signal. Now we scout roads on foot when unsure and avoid anything our van cannot safely reverse from. Checking satellite images or online reviews helps determine if others had issues before. We also upgraded our tires and carry traction mats, air compressors, and tow straps now. 10. Assuming boondocking is always free. We parked in a spot that seemed open and remote but later learned it was managed private land. Without signs or fences, we assumed it was public, but a ranger came by and issued a warning. This mistake could have led to a fine or worse if the landowner had decided to take action. Now we use apps and government maps to verify legal camp zones before setting up anywhere. Not all open space is public land and many areas require permits, even for short overnight stays. Boondocking is not lawless freedom, it still follows rules tied to ownership and conservation. Some areas also have seasonal restrictions due to wildlife or fire prevention regulations. We now carry printed rules for each district and check before we camp anywhere new or remote. Every mistake taught us something, but some were close calls we don't want you to repeat. Which boondocking tip helped you the most? Let us know in the comments. And if this video saved you from a camping disaster, be sure to like and subscribe for more travel tips, RV adventures, and the lessons that come with life off the grid. More real stories and smart advice coming soon.